In this video, I'll show you how to effectively clean your wheelchair footplate, remove the old grip tape, and apply new grip tape. By the end, you'll see how to transform your footplate from this to this. Let's get started. Over time, your footplate can get really dirty. You can get a bunch of bits of food. You can see a brown hue everywhere from dirt. There's probably some dead skin. And with this kind of grip tape, it just kind of collects all of that and it's hard to clean. So you're gonna want some all-purpose cleaner. This can be any kind, either homemade or store-bought, and then you can use something like a toothbrush, or this is a kitchen brush. It has pretty stiff bristles, so we're gonna use that to get down in there. You're going to want to start by soaking the area. It'd be probably best to let it sit for a minute or two, but I'm going to just dig in there. The wheelchair is a big part of your body. It's a part of you, and so just how you have baths and keep yourself clean, it's important to keep your wheelchair clean and presentable so you feel confident about yourself. And we can a little bit of water and rinse it all off. Okay, I'm saying that looks a lot better. It's clean and it looks a lot sharper. Although I am going to replace this whole strip because it is peeling up and they never gave me a piece long enough to even cover the entire footplate. And it's been just worn down over time that it needs to get a new replacement. So now I'm going to show you how to replace the grip tape on your footplate. Okay, we're going to pull it off. It's actually coming off very cleanly and easily. Sure was on there good though. Alright, now with the old stuff removed, I'm going to clean off this surface and get rid of all this residue so it has a nice clean surface to bond to. I'm going to use just a little Brillo pad. If you have really stuck on glue, you can use something like Goo Gone. This stuff is amazing and it will take off any residue. So this is the original footplate that came with the wheelchair. If you mount it here, it sticks out way too far. And then if you had it there, my feet wanted the extra space up here and they would just kind of fall off. I also don't like this design because it doesn't come out all the way to the ends, and so your feet have to be really squinched together. And then that means your legs have to be together, and that just kind of throws off the natural body and can create tightness over time. So I had asked them to make a larger plate to go over it and to give a bit more support for the feet. Also, another horrible idea is having these slots here. When you're transferring in and out of the shower and you're trying to put your foot on there, if your toe gets caught in here and you're transferring, you've instantly broken your toe. I wanted something solid, larger, and they didn't have something like that, and so I had to have this custom made. And so I do keep this original one underneath because it's metal and it's stronger as a good support. But then this one can sit on there and give a larger support area. And the reason there's 4 holes here is that originally these two were the ones that were mounted there, and this footplate was actually sitting like this. But over time they gave me the wrong size screws and it kind of blew out these holes. So what I did is I went to Home Depot and I got these thicker diameter. The other ones were a lot thinner this way, and so they were bending and everything, but these are they were thicker. And I also got the Phillips head tips instead of like an Allen key, so I could just use a normal screwdriver. And so I couldn't use these holes anymore, so I had to flip it around, drill some new ones, and then I could use these. Alright, so now we're going to apply the new grip tape to here. What I did is I measured the width of this, and then I looked on Amazon and made sure that I got some that was at least that wide. You can just look up grip tape or skateboard grip tape. I'll leave a link in the description to the specific one that I got here. But this one is nice and wide, and it's going to have plenty of overlap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down with the grippy side down on the floor. And take off the backing. I'm going to have to hold it down so it doesn't curl up on me. And then this is the side that I want to be up, and this is the down side, so I'm going to place this in the center. And put down some pressure, make sure it adheres well. Okay, there's that. What you can do if you want is to roll it down underneath. I'll probably do that here in the back. If there's not very much space here, it's just gonna keep unrolling and it's not worth it, so I'm just gonna trim off the rest, but here there was enough to wrap around. So if you can use a utility blade, you can get a lot closer than using scissors, so I'm gonna do that. Just gonna create a hole in there. If you get a brand new sharp blade, you can cut through this really well. And as you can see, I'm not just doing it flush like this because that's like parallel to the footplate. It's going to create a bit of a overhang which will get caught on things and pull up over time. So what I'm going to be doing is turning my blade at a 45-degree angle and kind of shaving it this way to kind of bring in the top bit a little bit closer. You can have less of a lip hanging over. Okay, so there's the finished product. Not 100% perfect, but looks a lot better than it was. And you can see that cutting using a blade at an angle on this, it was able to not have any lip that can be rubbed up on and pulled over. So now you're going to want to flip it over and find your two holes that you're actually going to drill into. Remember, these two are the ones that were blown out, but these two are the ones that I want to use. And so I'm just going to ever so slightly poke a little hole in so I know where that is. I can come in and find that hole and kind of just make it a little bit bigger. Don't need to really make it 100% circular. The bolt you just need a little bit of a hole for the bolt to go into. Put on the original foot plate, and then we're gonna lay on top the piece of Kydex. You can pop the screw through there. I'm gonna thread it into there. I need to put my bolt into the little channel. And there you have it, a brand new added piece of grip tape covering the entire thing. Nice and secure, nice and clean. It's gonna hold your feet in place a lot better and prevent them falling off, and also just be a lot more aesthetically pleasing and make you feel more confident in yourself that you have a nice, clean, impressive wheelchair.